So before I let you go, and again, I'm very appreciative of your time.
Absolutely.
Before I let you go,
Mhm.
I do a segment called Rapid Response, where I ask you a question and you give me the first thing off the top of your head, your first answer, rapid response. So I'm put you on the spot. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
All right. Let me ask you, what's a better feeling as a basketball player? Crossing somebody over and watching them fall, or dunking on somebody and putting them in the basket?
The better feeling for me is dunking on somebody, but
Dunking on
as a,
somebody?
as a player, I would rather be crossed than dunked on any day.
That was gonna be my next question.
I'm a reach and foul, but it like dunked on is just oh my god, that's just disrespectful.
Who have you ever been? Let me ask you, how many? Name somebody that we would know that's dunked on you. Have you been dunked on? And if so, name somebody we know that's dunked on
Ronnie Fields tip dunked on me at Malcolm X
you.
in
Okay.
the summer. I didn't even remember the year. That might have been 1995, the summer. So we playing South Shore against Farragut. The winner, we won Kennedy King, and we had to go to Malcolm X to play the winner who won Malcolm X. So it was 2 games. And I was on Ronnie. I turned and went to go chase the rebound. I remember this like it was yesterday. I went up for the rebound, and Ronnie got a running start, just caught it and dunked it right over my back. Boom.
Oh man.
Ever got dunked on. In the NBA, Shaq dunked on me, Kobe, dunked on a few times in the NBA, but I dunked on some people in the NBA too. But Ronnie was the first person that dunked on me, like just caught me. It wasn't body to body, but he caught me.
Okay.
So we got to give bro a shout out for that. But man, know that I caught him back a few times. And he definitely caught the repercussions of that. But Ronnie was one of the first people that caught me for sure.
So I'm gonna follow up on that question. Have you ever been in a game where you said, you know what? Either it's been the matchup, who's been in front of you, or somebody's been trash talking. You say, you know what? I'm putting his ass in the basket, and you done dunked on somebody.
Oh yeah, definitely. So many people. Like I can remember me and Twan having real battles, and Antoine Walker wasn't even my matchup. Like just because his personality and the way that he played, he was a showman. So
Yeah.
would come down and stutter step and cross you, and then shimmy on you, and then like turn to the crowd and do antics to the crowd. So I can remember one time me and Twan like just going back and forth, arguing, talking. Twan dancing all on my team and hitting shots all on my big man. I got a steal and Twan chasing me on the break. I went behind my back and went up to try to dunk it. Twan swings his arm and like try to slap it over my head. I brought it down and reversed it on the other side backwards. The whole gym
I
took
was
off.
there.
Running back down, Twan said, man, if you ever do some shit like that to me again, boy, I kill you. And
Oh, that's what he said.
I made it. Like, I remember that, bro, to this day. I remember that to this day, man, when I felt like Antoine Walker accepted me for who I was. Because at the time, he was the man at IIT.
Yes, sir.
Tim was kind of getting older and like dying down. And Antoine ran IIT. Like, it was a lot of other killers there, but that was Twan gym. That was Twan tournament. So, you know, just for him to acknowledge me, man, at that point, and I still remember to this day, man, Twan said, if you ever do some shit like that to me again, boy, I kill you. and it just felt like, man, a acceptance moment, man. And just, man, I wish people could see IIT. They don't understand how tough that
Yes.
was, man. Like, they see these pro-ams now in the Drew League and the Rucker, bro. IIT, man, was somebody needed to record that, man. It should have been in the books, bro. Like IIT wasn't nothing like that, man. And I'm glad I got a chance to be a part of it. And one of the acts that ran through it.
Well, you know, that's a great segue to my last segment. As we continue with rapid response, I'm going to throw out some names. Some of these are from IIT, and some of these are just Chicago ball players. Give me one word to describe it. All right. First name, Sco Hayes.
Sco Hayes, man, a smooth scorer, man, small forward. Man, Sco Hayes had to be about $190, boy. He ain't weight nothing. 6'6", 6'7". Played at the University of Nebraska, man, from out west, man. One of the good dudes, man, and somebody I still keep in touch with and look up to today.
Cool.
One of the OGs of Chicago basketball. He made his bones playing MJ at LeClaire Courts and several other places, man. Sco Hayes definitely one of them killers and one of the legends. He in the books in Chicago, if you ask me.
Cool. Kendall Gill.
Kendall Gill, man. Rich East or Rich Central? Kendall Gill, Rich Central's finest, man. a certified pro, man, lifetime pro, still one of the best dudes I know to this day, still in shape, probably better than me to this day right now, man. And just a great guy, man, a better person than he was a basketball player. He was
Yes.
a hell of a basketball player.
Yeah. You touched on one of the names on the list a little bit earlier, but Carl Harris.
Ah, GQ, man, that's my guy, man. That's
Yeah.
like the mouth of the South, man. He like the if you watch wrestling back in the day, he'll be like
Yes.
Bobby the Brain Heenan or somebody.
Yeah.
He's the promoter. He's the guy he the go-to guy. He know everybody, man. He was a player. He was around and he played against everybody. But as far as like one of the icons and one of the legends of guys who wasn't pros and off the court guys, man, Carl Harris, aka GQ, man, is one of those guys, man. So he definitely in the books and he a legend in my opinion in Chicago as well.
Yeah. One of the names you touched on earlier, rest in power, Brian Leach.
Man, hurt my heart to this day, man. One of the best players I ever seen ever, period, of anybody. Any guard, anybody. He was 5'11", 5'10" to be generous.
Yeah.
Maybe 160, 170. He wasn't super quick. He wasn't athletic. He just was really good, man. Like, I never seen, they called him the weapon where I was from. Like, man, Leach was one of the early guys who showed me that you could be a pro without being a pro. Like, everybody knew Leach, and he never played a day in the NBA. He went to a super small school in Omaha, and everybody knew Leach, man. So Leach is a, I would say, a mentor, a role model, an icon, one of the guys who definitely did it for me coming from the neighborhood I came from.
Michael Hermon.
Man, one word I could say about Michael Hermon is just ultra talented, man. At his peak, at his prime, people don't understand how good he was, man. I saw him score 61 points on Randy Brown at IIT. And out of that 61, he might have had 50 on Randy. And this was NBA champion, defensive player of the year, Randy Brown.
Yeah.
Michael Hermon was a 6'3", 6'4" guard with a hell of a crossover, man. And the thing that separated him from me early, Mike could shoot. I wasn't a shooter. I was a slasher, mid-range guy, kind of like Dwayne Wade type. Michael Hermon could shoot, bro. Like, he was so smooth, man. And I just wish that, he could have lived up to his full potential, man. But people who know, man, Michael Hermon was one of them dudes. He a King legend, transferred from Hales and with the King, played at Indiana University under Bobby Knight. Got in some trouble there and he had to leave. But, man, Michael Hermon is in the books, man. And you ask anybody who know, Michael Hermon was one of them killers, man. So just potential, man, like a shooting star. I look at Michael Hermon as somebody who definitely could have made the NBA, should have made the NBA. One of those talented stories that it's 1,000 of them everywhere. A person who killed pros and should have made it, but just people don't understand that there's a lot going into being a pro. You got to be a pro off the court as well.
Yes.
And that was some of the problems that Herm ran into, man. But good brother, man. Good brother. I still talk to Herm, man, and still keep in touch with him. And definitely, man, one of the killers, man, in Chicago.
I say that's one of the more underrated guards that come out of Chicago. Michael Hermon, Mark Miller. There's been some guys that come through Chicago.
Malik Gibson. I could go through a list of underrated guards who were killers who never got the shine that they deserved. Ced Banks.
Yes, sir.
Westinghouse killed several pros. And this would be a whole nother topic, but man, Donald Whiteside from Leo played the Toronto Raptors with the Northern.
Yep.
Chicago, so many stories of just people who had the game and had the skill. It's just off the court things that got in their way and stuff like that, man. But we definitely full of it, bro.
Well, you know what? I want to be mindful and respectful of your time, but I would love to have you come back to talk a little bit more about some of those things because you got stories to share and people want to hear them. I'm looking at some of the comments. I'm looking at some of my direct messages.
Man. I love part of the platform, man. Anytime you need me, we got information on each other. Anytime you need me back or on the show, bro, I love to use this as a platform to express our love for Chicago basketball and just basketball, period, man, definitely. And any questions anybody got or anything you need, I'm always here. You can run a few of them by me if you want to, and if not, we'll handle them when we handle them.
But man, this has been a great segment. I'm gonna sign off now for our Facebook Live group. So people that are on Facebook Live, thank you for stopping by and checking out another segment of Straight No Chaser.
Everybody else, shout out, man.
Yeah, shout out Paul McPherson for joining me. We're gonna sign off on Facebook Live. Thank you all for tuning in. Everyone stay safe.
Peace. Appreciate you, brother.